In the bustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, lived a successful and wealthy businessman named Chike. Chike had worked hard to build his empire from scratch, and now he owned several companies and lived in a grand mansion. Despite his riches, Chike often thought about his childhood in the small village of Obudu. He remembered his friends, the games they played, and most of all, he remembered Adora, his childhood love. Adora was the brightest girl in the village, always smiling and full of life. Chike and Adora had been inseparable, dreaming of a future together. However, life took them on different paths. Chike moved to Lagos for school and eventually built his fortune, while Adora stayed back in the village. One day, Chike decided to visit Obudu after many years. He wanted to see his old home and reconnect with his roots. As he walked through the village, memories came flooding back. He asked around for Adora, hoping to see her again. To his shock, he learned that Adora had moved to Lagos a few years ago, but was now homeless. Chike couldn't believe his ears. How could the lively and intelligent Adora end up on the streets? Determined to find her, Chike returned to Lagos and began his search. He went to the areas where homeless people gathered, hoping to catch a glimpse of her. Days turned into weeks, and just as he was starting to lose hope, he saw her. Adora was sitting on the pavement, looking tired and worn out, but Chike recognized her instantly. His heart ached seeing her in such a state. He approached her gently, and when she looked up, their eyes met. Tears welled up in Adora's eyes as she recognized Chike. "Chike, is it really you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "Yes, Adora, it's me," Chike replied, his voice filled with emotion. "What happened to you? How did you end up here?" Adora's story was heart-wrenching. After moving to Lagos in search of a better life, she faced numerous challenges. She lost her job, her savings ran out, and she had no one to turn to. Life on the streets had been tough, but she never lost hope. Chike couldn't bear to see her suffer any longer. "You will not spend another night on these streets," he said firmly. "Come with me. We'll find a way to get you back on your feet." Adora hesitated, not wanting to be a burden, but Chike insisted. He took her to his mansion, where she was given a warm meal and a comfortable room. The next day, Chike arranged for new clothes and a visit to the doctor for a thorough checkup. As Adora settled into her new life, she and Chike talked about their childhood and the dreams they once had. Chike realized that he still cared deeply for Adora, and she felt the same. He decided to use his resources to help her rebuild her life. Chike connected Adora with his network of friends and business associates. He found her a job in one of his companies, where she could use her skills and education. With a stable income and a place to stay, Adora slowly started to regain her confidence and independence. Chike and Adora spent a lot of time together, rekindling their old friendship. They often took walks in the park, visited the markets, and even traveled back to Obudu together to revisit their childhood memories. The bond between them grew stronger, and Chike's feelings for Adora deepened. One evening, as they were sitting in Chike's garden, Adora opened up about her struggles and dreams. "Chike, I have always wanted to help others who are in the same situation I was in." "Adora, we can make that dream a reality," he said. "Let's start a foundation to support the homeless and those in need. We can provide shelter, education, and job training to help them get back on their feet." Adeora's eyes lit up with excitement. "Really, Chike, that would be amazing. We could make a real difference in so many lives." With Adeora's vision and Chike's resources, they set to work on establishing the foundation. They named it Hope for Tomorrow and began by opening a shelter in one of Lagos's most impoverished areas. They provided food, clothing, medical care, and job training programs for those in need. News of the foundation spread quickly, and many people came forward to support their cause. Volunteers joined them, and donations poured in. Adora took on the role of director, dedicating herself to helping others, just as she had been helped. As the foundation grew, so did the bond between Chike and Adora. They realized that their childhood love had blossomed into something deeper and more profound. Chike admired Adora's strength and kindness, while Adora appreciated Chike's generosity and unwavering support. One day, while they were attending a fundraising event for the foundation, Chike took Adora aside. "Adora, you have brought so much joy and purpose into my life. I can't imagine my future without you by my side. Will you marry me?" Tears of happiness streamed down Adora's face as she nodded. "Yes, Chike, I will." Their wedding was a beautiful celebration of love and resilience. People from all walks of life came to celebrate with them, including those they had helped through the foundation. It was a joyous occasion, filled with laughter, dancing, and hope for the future. As they stood together, hand in hand, Chike and Adora knew that their journey was just beginning. With their love and dedication to helping others, they were ready to face any challenge that came their way. Their story was a testament to the power of love, compassion, and the belief that everyone deserves a second chance. But little did they know, an unexpected twist awaited them just around the corner. One sunny afternoon, as Chike and Adora were reviewing plans for a new shelter, they received a call that would change everything. It was from a man named Chief Olumide, a prominent figure in Lagos, known for his philanthropy and business acumen. Chief Olumide wanted to meet with them to discuss a potential partnership. Intrigued, Chike and Adora arranged a meeting at their office. Chief Olumide arrived with an air of authority, but also genuine warmth. He congratulated them on their work and expressed his admiration for their dedication. "I have been following your foundation's progress," Chief Olumide began, "and I must say, I am impressed. I believe together we can achieve even greater things." Chike and Adora exchanged hopeful glances. A partnership with Chief Olumide could bring significant resources and influence to their cause. Chief Olumide continued, "I have a proposition. I own a vast piece of land on the outskirts of Lagos. I want to donate it to your foundation to build a large, sustainable community for the homeless. It would include housing, schools, medical facilities, and job training centers. A place where people can truly rebuild their lives." The offer was beyond their wildest dreams. Chike and Adora were thrilled, but also cautious. "This is a generous offer, Chief Olumide," Chike said. "But why us? There are many organizations doing similar work." Chief Olumide smiled. "I see the passion and authenticity in what you do. My wife, before she passed away, always believed in giving back to the community. This project was her dream. When I saw your work, I knew you were the right people to bring it to life." Touched by his words, Adora and Chike agreed to the partnership. Plans for the new community, named Olumide Village, began immediately. It was an ambitious project, but with Chief Olumide's support and their combined efforts, they were determined to make it a reality. However, as construction began, unexpected challenges arose. There were delays, legal battles over land ownership, and opposition from local businesses who feared the impact of such a large project. Adora and Chike found themselves caught in a web of politics and corruption. One evening, Adora received a mysterious letter. It was from an anonymous source, warning her of a plot to sabotage their work. The letter suggested that someone close to Chief Olumide was involved. Alarmed, Adora shared the letter with Chike. "We need to be careful, Chike. This project means so much to us and to the people it will help. We can't let anyone destroy it." Chike nodded. "We'll investigate quietly. Trust no one until we know more." Days turned into weeks as they discreetly looked into the matter. They discovered discrepancies in the project's financial records and noticed certain contractors were being paid exorbitant amounts for minimal work. Suspicion fell on one of Chief Olumide's trusted advisors, a man named Mr. Okafor. Determined to uncover the truth, Chike and Adora set a trap. They arranged a meeting with Mr. Okafor, pretending to offer him a bribe to expedite the project. To their dismay, he accepted without hesitation, confirming their suspicions. Armed with evidence, they confronted Chief Olumide. The older man was devastated by the betrayal, but grateful for their vigilance. Mr. Okafor was swiftly removed from the projects, and legal action was taken against him. With the obstacle out of the way, the construction of Olumide Village resumed. The community began to take shape, bringing hope and a new beginning to many. Despite the challenges, Chike and Adora's love and commitment to their mission remained unwavering. They learned that with trust, determination, and the right allies, they could overcome any obstacle. Yet, they knew this was just the beginning of their journey, and they remained prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead, ready to face them together. As Olumide Village neared completion, the community's excitement was palpable. Families who had lived in dire conditions began to see a future where their children could go to school, have access to healthcare, and live in safe homes. The village became a beacon of hope in Lagos. Chike and Adora, though exhausted from the relentless pace, were deeply fulfilled. However, as they prepared for the grand opening ceremony, another unexpected twist emerged. A journalist named Amina, known for her investigative prowess, approached them with unsettling news. "Mr. Chike, Ms. Adora," Amina began, her expression serious, "I've been digging into the background of Olumide Village and discovered something you need to know." Adora leaned forward, her heart pounding. "What is it, Amina?" Amina took a deep breath. "While investigating Mr. Okafor's sabotage, I found a series of offshore accounts linked to other high-profile figures. It appears there's a larger network involved in misappropriating funds intended for charitable projects. Your foundation may have unwittingly been drawn into this web." Chike's face hardened. "Are you saying our project is at risk?" "Not exactly," Amina replied. "But your transparency and vigilance are crucial. We need to expose this network without jeopardizing Olumide Village." Determined to protect their project and expose the corruption, Chike and Adora teamed up with Amina. They decided to use the grand opening ceremony to reveal the truth to the public. It would be risky, but they believed it was the right thing to do. The day of the grand opening arrived, and the atmosphere was electric. Government officials, business leaders, media representatives, and community members gathered to celebrate. Chike and Adora took the stage, their hearts heavy with the burden of what they were about to disclose. Chike began, his voice steady but filled with conviction. "Thank you all for being here today. Olumide Village is a testament to what we can achieve when we come together for a greater good. But before we celebrate, there's something important we need to share," Adora continued. "During the construction of this village, we uncovered a network of corruption that has been siphoning funds from charitable projects. We have evidence of this wrongdoing, and today we stand before you to expose it. Gasps and murmurs rippled through the crowd. Amina stepped forward, presenting the evidence she had gathered. The atmosphere grew tense as the scope of the corruption became clear. We must hold those responsible accountable, Chike concluded. We cannot allow the actions of a few to undermine the efforts of many. The revelation sent shockwaves through Lagos. Authorities launched an immediate investigation, and several high-profile arrests followed. The public's response was overwhelmingly supportive, applauding Chike and Adeora's courage and integrity. With the corruption exposed and Olumide Village thriving, Chike and Adora felt a renewed sense of purpose. They continued to work tirelessly, expanding their foundation's reach and ensuring that every project was executed with transparency and accountability. One evening, as they sat together watching the sunset over Olumide Village, Adora turned to Chike, her eyes shining with gratitude. "We did it, Chike. We faced so many challenges, but we made it through. Together." Chike smiled, taking her hand in his. "Yes, Adora. Together, we can overcome anything." Their journey was far from over, but they were ready for whatever the future held. With love, determination, and the support of their community, Chike and Adora knew they could continue to make a difference in the lives of those who needed it most. A year had passed since the grand opening of Olumide Village, and the transformation was remarkable. Families flourished, children attended school with enthusiasm, and adults gained new skills and jobs, all thanks to the foundation's efforts. The village stood as a symbol of hope and resilience, inspiring similar projects across Nigeria and beyond. One afternoon, Chike and Adora received an invitation to a prestigious award ceremony in Abuja. They had been nominated for the Humanitarians of the Year award, recognizing their dedication and impact. While humbled by the recognition, they saw it as an opportunity to further promote their cause. On the night of the ceremony, Chike and Adora were surrounded by luminaries from various fields. As they took the stage to accept their award, Chike spoke from the heart. "This award is not just for us, but for every person who believed in change and contributed to making it happen. It is for the homeless who found new homes, the children who found hope, and the communities that came together to support each other," Adora added. "Our journey has shown us that with love, integrity, and perseverance, we can overcome any obstacle. We are committed to continuing our work, ensuring that every person has the opportunity to live with dignity and purpose." Their words resonated deeply, and the audience rose to their feet in applause. The recognition brought even more support and resources to their foundation, enabling them to expand their initiatives. Back in Lagos, Chike and Adora reflected on their journey. They had faced countless challenges, from uncovering corruption to fighting for justice. Yet, their love and commitment to helping others had only grown stronger. They had built something far greater than a village. They had created a movement that inspired hope and change. As they walked through Olumide Village one evening, they saw the fruits of their labor in the smiles of the residents, the laughter of children playing, and the sense of community that had blossomed. Chike turned to Adora, a sense of peace and fulfillment in his heart. "We did it, Adora. We've made a real difference." Adora smiled, her eyes filled with pride and love. "Yes, we did. And we'll keep going, together." Their story had come full circle, from childhood friends to partners in life and change makers in their community. They had faced adversity and triumphed, proving that with love and determination, anything was possible. As they looked towards the future, they knew that their journey would continue, bringing hope and transformation to even more lives. And so, Chike and Adeora's legacy grew, not just in the bricks and mortar of Olumide Village, but in the hearts and minds of all who were touched by their work. Their story was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and the belief that everyone deserves a chance to rebuild their lives. With their hands clasped together, they walked into the twilight, ready to face whatever the future held, knowing that together they could achieve anything.